everyone, welcome to Doina's Cuisine channel, and in today's episode I am going to show you how to make an insanely delicious Nutella Swiss roll cake. Oh my god, this roll is a bomb of deliciousness, and the combination of Nutella and raspberry gives it that unforgettable taste that will have you coming back for more. This Swiss roll looks and tastes so dreamy. It makes a perfect centerpiece for any dessert table. This is a sponge cake layered with fresh raspberries and buttercream cheese frosting, topped with chocolate shards and decorated with the same frosting and raspberries. Let's get to baking! And make sure you watch till the end. We have some little cute taste testers. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a bowl of a standing mixer, crack 3 eggs and start mixing them at a slow speed, gradually increasing it to high speed until the eggs have doubled in volume. This will take roughly 3 to 4 minutes. Turn the speed down to the minimum and slowly add a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of sugar. Mix the batter for 5 minutes until you get a thick and fluffy consistency. Now sift a 1/3 cup of flour with 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 big tablespoon of cocoa powder. This batter is perfect for vanilla Swiss rolls as well. You can use the same ingredients minus the cocoa powder, just add another spoon of flour. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing this recipe too. Use a spatula to gently fold everything together, combining the flour with your eggs mixture. Look for any streaks or any hidden pockets of flour. In a separate bowl, melt 4 ounces of butter and combine it with a 1/4 cup of milk. Make sure the melted butter is barely warm before you add the milk. Now add a few spoons of your chocolate batter to your milk mixture and mix just to combine. Pour that back into your big bowl and mix it all together. Your batter is ready. Prepare a 12 by 17 inch pan and line it up with parchment paper. Don't skip this step. It doesn't matter if your pan is non-stick. If you don't line it, your cake will not come out of the pan. Don't make any experiments at this point. Pour your batter onto your baking pan. Use every drop of this batter. And I know you're tasting it right now. Go ahead, it's absolutely yummy. Carefully spread it out. This is going in a 350 degrees Fahrenheit preheated oven in the center rack for 10 minutes. Keep an eye on it. When it's done, you'll notice it's puffed up and slightly springy to the touch. Our cake is out of the oven, and while it's still warm, we have to quickly fold it into a roll. But first, you need to remove the parchment paper, or in my case, I have a silicone mat, and use either a non-stick aluminum foil, or you can use a clean kitchen towel dusted with powdered sugar to gently roll the cake. And the reason we're doing this so that when it cools, it will retain the shape and it will be easier to re-roll later when we're ready to assemble everything. Let it sit at room temperature to cool completely. Meanwhile, let's prepare our delicious frosting. In a bowl, add 8 ounces or 1 stick of very soft butter. Beat that until smooth and creamy. To your butter, add a half a cup of powdered sugar and gently fold it in. Start mixing slowly, because if you start on high speed, you may end up with a cloud of powdered sugar. Beat that until your mixture becomes very light and almost white in color. To that mixture, add your room temperature cream cheese and beat until all is combined. Your frosting is ready and it is very tempting not to eat it by itself. Time for the grand moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to assemble our Swiss roll. Unroll your cake and use a 13-ounce jar of Nutella. If you prefer, or if you don't have it in your pantry, you can substitute Nutella with jam or condensed milk, but it will be a major betrayal to Nutella. Add your frosting and spread it evenly, avoiding the edges, roughly in half an inch. And you should have some leftover frosting. Put it in the fridge to firm up a little bit. We will use it to decorate our cake later. Place your fresh raspberries on top, just like that. Now we're going to re-roll this cake, and don't be concerned if you see some minor cracks. We will cover that nicely with our decor pieces. Place it in the fridge to set. The roll needs some time for the frosting to firm up a little bit so you can cut through beautiful spiral slices. Meanwhile, let's prepare our chocolate shards. In a medium bowl, get some chocolate. A good tasty chocolate, the kind that you like to snack on. It can be a chocolate bar or some chocolate chips will work as well. Melt it in the microwave in 30 seconds increments, stirring in between, or you can melt it on top of a pot with hot water. Spread your melted chocolate onto a parchment paper in a rectangle or square shape. There is no need for perfection here. Place that in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Now it is time to have some fun! This is our final step when we get to decorate our cake. Remove your cake from the fridge and for a prettier presentation, cut a thin slice on both sides. Use some of the chocolate to spread it on top of your roll and basically your cake is ready. However, let's take it up a notch. Remove your chocolate from the freezer and break it gently into some small uneven chunks. And here you have it, chocolate shards. Now let's use some of the remaining frosting to pipe some small flowers on top of our cake. Just like that. Then use some of the leftover melted chocolate and place a few drops in the back of your chocolate shard. That will serve as a glue to better stick to the roll. Place the shards around your Swiss roll, just like that. Decorate with some raspberries on top and some green small leaves for a pop of color. Lastly, lightly dust the Swiss roll with some powdered sugar. And this amazing, dreamy looking cake is ready to be served and savored. You can use any fruit you like and make it your own. This is such a moist, melt-in-your-mouth delicious dessert and has a very romantic look to it. I hope you enjoy baking this as much as I did. Enjoy, and I'll see you next week with a new delicious simple recipe.
This is good. I like this cake.
You like it? Aurelia with the fork. Look over here, smile. Cheese.